Hey everybody, it's Josh. I'm coming to you from a friend's house in the northern part of Wisconsin. Taking a bit of a break from Ames in Iowa and everything, like I said in my last video. So, wanted to make a little part two about my last video, which is good news about the Haverkamp situation. Like I said, Iowa Legal Aid has stepped in and they are going to protect me from any eviction action, and they are very confident that they can do so given the facts of the situation. So I'm protected, but there's another part of this, and that's the fact that the process is the punishment. In other words, I think the way that Brook Farmer and the way that Haverkamp is looking at it, um, whether they're able to evict me or not, they can still put me through all this drama by constantly posting um, behavioral violation notices on my door and things like that, telling me that they're going to move against me with eviction action and all that. They can still continue to do that, and they probably will, whether or not they believe they can actually get me evicted. I don't think their end goal is to evict me. I think their end goal is to do what they're doing now, which is to make my living situation as absolutely uncomfortable and as stressful as possible until I beg them to break my lease, which is illegal. It is it is literally, what they're doing is literally the textbook definition of landlord harassment. But they can get away with it for the time being because of my lack of finances. I have to do a lot of hard work in order to find a lawyer to represent me. While they have money, they have connections, they have lawyers on hand, and so on and so forth. So, but they can make things hard for me in the meantime. But that's why they can get away with this stuff, because they have connections, especially, like I said, the upper management at Haverkamp, our elders at Cornerstone, and pretty much all the higher up people at Cornerstone Church are prominent people in Ames. So there's all those connections there that they have. This is why, people might be shocked that they're basically openly breaking the law and violating my rights, and they're not even really trying to hide it. Well, it's not that shocking when you consider how well connected they are in this small town that is Ames. So that's what I'm up against. But at least for now, I'm still going after these people. And by the way, this YouTube thing is not the only thing I'm doing to try to find a lawyer that will actually pursue litigation against them. The YouTube is just one of many avenues that I'm pursuing. I'm doing a lot of different things behind the scenes. But Iowa Legal Aid has stepped in to protect me from any eviction action. And they must be very confident, because that lady from Iowa, that lady lawyer, spent a good 45 minutes convincing me not to abandon my apartment. And I was ready to abandon the apartment that day. I mean, I was going to pack up and be gone that particular day, which is like 4 days ago now. But she convinced me that she definitely has I don't want to say has a case, because that's not the right terminology. But, a legal team isn't going to spend that much time with you unless they're confident about something, trying to convince you of something, especially when they're working for you for free anyway. Because she could just be like, okay, well, you're just this poor dude we're going to represent for free anyway, so yeah, just leave. You know what I mean? But she didn't do that. And I am very appreciative. So, the way things stand now, there will very likely not be an actual full eviction against me. The Haverkamp just doesn't have a case, and now that I have representation, Haverkamp has to respect that. But they're still going to keep doing things to screw with me. They're still going to keep putting notices on my door. They're going to have the landlords knock my door. They're going to do anything they can to mess with me and make this living situation uncomfortable for me or continue to do so. So that's what I have to look forward to. But here's the thing. Because I don't have this eviction to worry about anymore, I can at least step back. I can breathe. I can focus on other areas of my life and my personal life and stuff that I need to focus on. I don't have to have this potential eviction at the forefront of my mind anymore. Because now I'm at least protected, at least from the eviction, from actual eviction. But like I said, I'm still going after these people. I'm just going to take a little time. I'm going to take the rest of this month, the month of August, to work on some other things in my life, just some personal things that I need to work on that have nothing to do with the Haverkamp situation. I'm going to take a little breather from this situation, in other words. But I am by no means going away. I am being allowed to keep my lease without eviction is not good enough. These people harassed me for a year. I gave them every chance in the world to A, do something about the noise coming from upstairs, and B, if they wouldn't, stop harassing me and threatening to evict me when I do something about the noise. I gave them every chance in the world to let me live in peace. And they just couldn't do it. And they couldn't do it because of one person, Mrs. Brooke Farmer's obsession with her dislike for me and her inability to stand the fact that I just don't take crap from her. So she's doing everything she can to, make things hard for me. But, the higher ups are just as guilty now because the higher ups know what's going on and they're standing by Brooke anyway. And they're still approving all the stuff that's the harassment that's coming my way. So I am going to go after these people. There's going to be no peaceful resolution. There's going to be no amicable resolution. I'm going after these people. All right. I am not going to, Iowa Legal Aid doesn't do litigation, but I'm not going to stop till I find a good lawyer who does. And then I'm going to go after them. The only way a split between me and Haverkamp would be amicable at this point is if they approach me with a lot of money and a lot more than I asked for. After a year of harassment and them not treating me like an equal tenant to the other tenants in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, and a year of them completely disregarding my concerns while treating me like I'm the problem and doing everything they can to push me out of my apartment. You best believe I'm going after them legally when I can. I'm not going to forget this, and I'm not going to drop this. There's no love here. There's going to be no love. There's going to be no forgiveness. There's going to be no reconciliation. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Because I gave them plenty of chances for forgiveness and reconciliation anyway. I gave them plenty of chances to leave them alone in the whole last year that they were harassing me and making things hard for me. So the time for me giving them chances is done. However, like I said, I can at least put that on hold for now and get back to focusing on some other areas of my life that I need to focus on that I've been neglecting in the last month because of this whole situation. So, I'm in Wisconsin. I don't even want to go back to my apartment right now. I do not feel the least bit comfortable there. I do not feel the least bit respected there. I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like I won't go through all of it again, but if you watch my other videos, you know. And I've done nothing wrong. I've done absolutely nothing wrong this whole time. But it's sad when you don't even feel like going back to your own apartment that you've lived in for 7 years because your landlords keep trying to bully you. Especially when you've been a paying, quiet tenant that whole time. But I'm going to spend a little bit more time here in Wisconsin and I'm going to take a load off. But yeah, anyway, Haverkamp I don't think Haverkamp wants to go through the eviction process with me. They probably aren't even seeking to evict. They're just seeking to make things as hard for me as they can. so that I'll break my lease. Now, will they try to evict anyway if I keep standing up for myself? They might, because Brooke Farmer just can't stand the fact that I don't take crap from her. But they're going to try to push me out first. And if they evict me, if they do find a way to evict me, eventually, it's going to end up reflecting back poorly on them. Because like I said, I'm not going to stop till I get my compensation and get Brooke out of the landlord business forever. Now, again, using legal means to do so. I'm going to make that clear because people are watching and they can turn anything I say into some sort of terroristic threat if they want. I'm talking about using legal means to fight, not anything else. But it's a high stress situation. It's one I don't deserve, but somebody with power decided that A, they don't like me, and B, that they are going to target me without having been provoked to do so. And so that's why this last year has been hell for me, living in Haverkamp's apartments. Anyway, at least I can take a breather for now. I'm still going to be doing what I do, looking for a lawyer and this and that, but at least I have a lawyer to protect me from eviction, and I just got to find one that actually pursues litigation. But I don't have to make it my main focus right now, right? Like I can do other things in life right now without having to worry about this. And my friend is starting to vacuum, so I will cut this video off.